Dave, were you surprised that Tony didn't have more butterflies going into this game and just being on the mound?
I actually wasn't. Tony's he's got a different brain, and you can take it any way you want. I just think he's just very kind of confident who he is now as a person, as a ball player. Moment isn't going to get too big for him, and yeah, I mean, it wasn't like this first outing in however long, and he just took it in stride and really pitched fantastic today.
Do you feel like your offense doesn't get enough credit for providing pitchers like this the run support to be able to pitch free and easy?
You know, I think that with talent comes expectations, and we certainly have a lot of talent in our lineup and throughout our lineup. And I really do believe that, yeah, we're putting some runs on the board, being the starter, but it's just collectively the team at bats I think that we're having, and we're really, there's just no let up, and you know, we're creating a lot of stress, and we probably don't get enough credit and take in a lot of criticism than we probably deserve given the production.
One very close win and then two lopsided wins. Can you size up this series?
Well, I think that the outcomes this homestand couldn't have been any better for us. You know, our only loss came to one of the best pitchers in baseball, and then to come back and win 5 straight. Our bullpen is reset, finally. We've got Yamamoto, Roki, and May going. And so I think that going into 10 in a row, I think that we're in a really good spot. And yeah, I mean, close one could win either way the first one, and we came back and found a way to win it, and then we made hay and performed well the last 2 to win 3 games.
How big was it to have these type of leads the last couple of games to be able to get Freddie out early?
It was big. You know, he's been going hard, and to be able to get him off his feet a little bit, again, going into 10 in a row for him, getting Mookie out of the game, getting some other guys, you know, CT, Kike, Mickey Rowe, just keeping those guys relevant and involved, I think is certainly going to help us going forward as well. So just to be able to suppress runs and to put some runs on the board allowed us to just kind of use everyone on the roster, which is nice.
Will that homer by Max relieve whatever tension, pressure he might have been feeling for these last?
I think so. He's feeling it, and so I hope that's the case, and hopefully, you know, we get on the road and he gets his rest and got that goose egg out of the way and can just go back to just being a productive major league hitter.
When you add what Tony did and what Max did, how much of a feel-good victory is this?
It's a really good feel-good victory. So those 2 guys in particular, getting Banda back, a clean inning, and it was just, everyone was laughing, and it was just a great way to cap off a nice homestand.
Max said the hugs in the dugout after the home run were emotional. Nice to see them guys sticking up for each other, investing in each other.
Absolutely. You know, when guys struggle, their teammates, they feel it, and so when you feel the support from your teammates and you feel that elation, that joy, it gets emotional, and that just speaks to, you know, how much it's been wearing on them, the struggles and the lack of a homer. So hopefully we can get past that and just going back to just being a good baseball player.
When you got Freddie, Mookie, and Shohei all kind of producing at the same time, how much of a lift does it give off the rest of the team to kind of relax a little bit out of the plate?
It takes a lot of pressure off everyone, and you know, there's a reason why they're superstars, and it's kind of the track record is what they've signed up for, and they put themselves in that position, and it's part of the job of taking on the burden of being who you are. And so, but to have that going on at the top of the order, and the middle of the order, the bottom of the order, Andy being, you know, right at the top of that list, feeding into those guys, just makes this lineup really relentless.
You're all used to traveling, but 10 games, it's a long time. What's it like to be on the road like that for that length and challenges you might face?
You know, we're used to it. It's always fun to play the Braves. So just going into Atlanta, that's going to be a really fun series. And we got some guys that live in Miami in that area. So there's going to be some guys that are going to be looking forward to going home. And then when we finish up the road trip with 4 versus the Diamondbacks, it's, within the division, they're meaningful games, so we'll be ready for that as well. So I think this one is going to fly by because, just kind of what we're up against, and it's going to be a fun one.
With Tommy Edmonds injury, where are you guys at with him?
I think it's day to day. I don't know if it was sliding last night or running the bases, but it was just kind of the right foot, ankle. He said he felt much better today. We have the off day tomorrow. So it's day to day. I'm not sure if he's going to be in there on Friday, but if he's not in there Friday, I'm certain he'll be in there on Saturday.
Dave, in the pregame, you mentioned 6 innings for Tony, and it wasn't like a hope, it was more like an expectation. Why'd you have so much conviction in that?
I don't know. That's a good question. I did feel convicted when I said it. It wasn't a hope point I made. I just have a lot of confidence in Tony. I do. I just have confidence in his preparation, his experience, his heartbeat, and his ability to execute many pitches. And so that's exactly what he did today. And it's a team that swings the bat aggressively. And I just felt with his mix, he should be able to get some strikeouts and some quick outs. And so, yeah, I don't know. That's kind of what, we've been looking for, just that consistency of the starter like that.
Do you see Freddie potentially playing in all 10 of these games on the trip, or is this maybe a time when you'll have to find a different?
So we'll see. I know he expects to, which is a good thing. I do expect him to play 3 in Atlanta, and then I do expect him to play 4 in Arizona, and then so we'll figure out those middle games.
Do you know a reason why Shohei didn't come out pregame to do on the field, play catch or anything like that?
I don't know why. Probably because it was a really early game. But my expectation is that in Atlanta on Saturday, he'll go back to his normal bullpen.
Is part of that confidence in Tony remembering 16-1 in 2022, and he really has a knack for getting W's?
He does, yeah. He gets W's. He's got the track record. He's an all-star. He's won a lot of games. He knows how to pitch deeper in games, and he has just a bunch of weapons in command. So, yeah, I mean, I really do have come to the point where I expect that out of him when he takes the baseball.
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, guys.
Dodgers Nation, hear me out. What if I told you the answer to our third base struggles is a 5-time Silver Slugger, a 10-time Gold Glover, and already wants to be a Dodger? That's right, there's real buzz around a potential blockbuster trade for Nolan Arenado. With Max Muncy hitting below the Mendoza line and playing some of the worst baseball of his career, this isn't just a fun rumor, it might be a necessity. Let's break it all down, the numbers, the impact on the roster, and why this move could be what finally pushes us over the top in 2025. Let's go! The problem, Muncy's struggles. Look, I love Max Muncy. He helped us win in 2020, and when he's locked in, he can absolutely mash. But this year, it's been brutal. Here's the reality. Batting average, .188. 0 home runs. Just 4 RBIs in 27 games. A .547 OPS, the worst of his entire career. And we're talking about a lineup with Betts, Freeman, Ohtani, and Will Smith. We can't afford to have this kind of dead spot in the lineup, especially at third base. The solution, Nolan Arenado. Enter Nolan Arenado. This guy is one of the best defensive third basemen of all time, and even during a down year, he's slashing .255 /.350 /.782 with 3 home runs. Still productive, still a leader, still clutch. And here's the kicker. During the offseason, reports said his preferred trade destination was LA. He'd waive his no-trade clause to come here. He wants to win. He wants October. He wants Dodger Blue. His contract? He signed through 2027 on a $260 million deal. Not cheap, but worth every penny if you ask me. What about internal options? Now, if the Dodgers decide not to pull the trigger on Arenado, what else do we have? There's Hye-Sung Kim. Kid's got potential and can play third, but he's better suited for second base or even the outfield. We could move Tommy Edman to third and give Kim a shot at second. But come on, are any of those options really better right now than adding Nolan Arenado? We're not playing for May. We're playing for October. Is the trade worth it? Okay, let's talk price. Because yeah, Arenado won't come cheap. The Cardinals would probably ask for someone like River Ryan or Nick Frasso. But think about it, this is Nolan freaking Arenado. Our rotation is set with Yamamoto, Glasnow, Buehler. Our lineup's loaded. We are one elite third baseman away from having no weak spots. And don't forget, if Muncy doesn't turn it around, he's likely a free agent this winter. That $10 million club option for 2026? Not happening. This spot's gonna be open anyway. Why not make the move now? All right, Dodgers fam, your turn. Would you trade for Nolan Arenado right now? What would you give up? Or do you want to roll the dice with Kim or keep waiting on Muncy? Drop a comment below. I read every single one. Smash that like button if you want Arenado in Dodger Blue. Make sure you're subscribed to latest Los Angeles Dodgers news and hit the bell so you don't miss our daily coverage from rumors to game breakdowns, trades, and beyond. Dodgers are this close to being unstoppable. Let's get it done. Let's bring Arenado to LA. Let's chase that 8th ring together. Bleed blue. Believe. October's coming. Latest Dodgers news. Powered by fans. Built for champions.